abandoned storage building behind Wendy's. This is the Poor Taste Podcast with Dustin Sims. Is it comedy or is he just working some shit out? Stay tuned and find out.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 9 of the Poor Taste Podcast, the highly anticipated episode. Just kidding. Hope you're doing well. The world's on fire right now. We're in the middle of the election. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. The whole thing just seems kind of gross. So I'm not going to talk about it too much. It feels like the world's ending and we're just all checking the score on our phones. Fuck all that, okay? We're gonna push that shit to the side and we'll let that shit play out on its own. Real quick, right out the gate, look at these motherfuckers. Cock rings. Just kidding. I got fuckface bracelets. It's like the McRib is back, baby. I don't know if the McRib is back, but it's the only thing that I know that comes every so often in the year, other than myself, that I could use for an example. Now, every once in a while, I'll stock the fuck up on fuckface bracelets, and I'll put a deal out selling them. They're 10 for 20. Everybody knows 10 fuckfaces. 100%. Okay? I don't know if I'm going to do another one before Christmas, so you can get the stocking stuffer now. All right? Give them to your kids. That's a perfect gift from Santa, especially the way these assholes are now. So that's modern day Cole right there, baby. But if you want to get that, you can hit the link in the description. Also, I'm going to be in Tampa, which is 100% my last show this year. I've said that so many times. I've lied. I've lied so much. God, I'm a fucking liar. I'm probably lying now. But that's definitely going to be my last show, no shit. November 18th, Tampa at Side Splitters. I'm very excited about that. They're 100% capacity down there, so it's going to be a COVID cesspool, and I love it, dude. I just jerk off at the thought of it. So support your boy. Come out, see me. Buy tickets if you're in the area, or if you're within 8 hours of the area. I'm worth an 8-hour drive, 100%. Or you can buy tickets and just not even fucking show up. That's cool too. Just help me out. I hope you had a good Halloween. I don't know what you guys were, so you can comment and tell me what you were, and I might read it. I'm bad about reading comments. I might not even put the fucking links in the description. I might not even do that, because I forget, okay? I just forget. And it's fine. It's fine. And then somebody will remind me in the comments, and then I won't read them for a few days, and then I'll go back and read them, and I'll feel weird, like I'm not going to comment it now at 2 in the morning. So I just don't comment at all. It's weird. I got problems. But Halloween, it went great. I don't know if you saw, but I was a Wayfair cabinet. Spent an embarrassing amount of time building this thing, only for people to think that I was coming out of the closet. And that's funny too. That's funny. You know, but I had the kid body. And I had the $15,000 price tag. It was like a Wayfair cabinet. Trafficking children. Get with the fucking times. Gay jokes are 2009. But whatever. Everybody's like, oh, he's coming out of the closet. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Fuck. It's child trafficking. You uncultured fucking piece of shit. And then I had the Karens come out. They're like, I really like dark humor, but this is too much. But then you don't like dark humor, bitch. You don't. You don't like dark humor. That's fine. Go watch Friends for the 17th time, you fucking uppity bitch. But whatever, dude. It's fine. Halloween was fun. It was lit, you know. It was a good time. Everybody was social distances out in the neighborhoods. It was very bizarre. But whatever. This is how shit is now. This is life. This is life. I know last week I didn't put out a podcast. You guys were really mad. You guys were missing it. You guys were really upset. Okay? The headhunters were after me. They were like, we really love these podcasts you do. And you need to make sure you do them when you say you're going to do them. Because we all like to watch them. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. But I was in the mountains. I took Kayla up there for her birthday. She turned 30, which is almost time to replace her. You know, it's about time to trade her in. So, whatever. She got Botox. That's weird. I made a video about it, but it's weird. Like, her whole fucking shit don't move. I like a woman with expressions, okay? How the fuck am I gonna know what your okay means if it's not like, I don't know what's going on? She's fucking skydiving always. It's like she's in a fucking wind tunnel. But I've been coping with that. The mountains was fun, you know. I didn't get much sleep when we were there, which is weird because we're on vacation. You'd think you'd get the most sleep. One night, Kayla lost her nose ring during some wild sex. Let me tell you about it. So she didn't want her hole to close back up. Which just sounds gross. So she had to like take her earring out and put it in her nose. But the problem is her earring was like, it had these, it's like a bunch of dangling chains. Okay, so she's got just a fucking chandelier hanging out of her nostril. So she's snoring over there. So it's like fucking wind chimes beside me. And then the next morning, you got the people staying next to us. I don't know if you just hear this. For like 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, they're either having like the worst sex ever or they're passionately hanging up a picture. But it was hell. It was hell. The sleep was awful. But everything else was great. Like, we stayed in this hotel because you couldn't find a fucking cabin. Couldn't find a cabin. Everybody's in the cabins. So we got this hotel, the Park Vista. Shout out to them. Hook your boy up. Just kidding. But it was nice. They got a bar. They got a nice indoor pool. So I'm shit-faced. The kids are swimming. Can't save them. I can't save them. I'll die too if I jump in there. So it was a good time. I will say that. We went up to the Sky Bridge, which was terrifying. If you know me, you know I hate heights. The fucking sky lift scares the shit out of me. It was worse than the bridge. I hate dangling in midair, knowing that the only thing holding me up is this little fucking cable. So we can only go 2 at a time, which has scared the fuck out of me even more because I need Kayla there. I need to be embraced. I need somebody to embrace me. I'm shitting myself. It's just me and my little girl. And she's holding my hand. If you see the picture, like, her fingers are like sticking out, like I got a death grip on her hand. I'm about to shit myself. She looks up at me. I'm thinking she thinks I'm brave because she knows I'm scared of this. And she's like, "Are you scared? Are you scared right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fucking terrified." And she starts yelling out loud, "Be a man! Be a grown man!" And people are coming by laughing. I'm like, who's she talking about? It's fucking embarrassing. I was trying to teach my kids to, like, face your fears. And they didn't respect that at all. They were making fun of me because I was scared. But, dude, fuck that. I don't like heights. But I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like my son. This pissed me off. My son is terrified of the elves. You know, we're watching you all goddamn year, but we're coming now in November to watch you even closer. Elves that you like, the fucking elf on the shelf. That's what I'm trying to say. My son's terrified of that. Maybe I had something to do with that. Maybe I didn't. It doesn't matter. So he's crying the other day. He's fucking crying. He's 7. He's crying to my wife. He's like, "I don't want the elves to come." And my wife is such a pussy when it comes to him. Like, the sun shines out of his ass. And she's like, "Don't worry, baby. They're not coming this year." And I was like, fuck that. Yes, they are. They're definitely coming. I was like, you're not going to teach him that just because he's scared of something, he can cry and it go away. I was like, fucking tell him to cope with it. So I was like, hey, man, you got to get over it. They're coming, okay? You got to learn to cope with your fears. You can't be coddled your whole fucking childhood. And I'm like, now it's like, okay. I was like, look, they never hurt you. They've never touched you. This is an irrational fear. But you can't just cry and not come. So I've never traumatized him. But I think I'm going to traumatize him this year. Because you know what? My wife was like, that's fucking sick. That's cruel. But it's not. It's not sick. It's not cruel. Traumatizing a child builds character. Who do you know that's interesting that had a normal childhood? Trauma makes you interesting. And so far, he hasn't had anything like that. So the elves are coming with the fucking fury this year, okay? They're coming. They're bringing a fucking army. I might stack elves through my whole fucking house and put like, we're gonna slit your throat in the middle of the night. Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. But I think I'm gonna traumatize him because it's good for you to an extent. I mean, you know, look at the Boy Scouts. They're getting checks now. Boy Scouts who were in Boy Scouts are like in the 80s and 90s are getting checks in the mail because they got molested. And it's like, dude, you're in the Boy Scouts. Your dad signed you up to go out in the woods with grown men. What did you think was going to happen? Like, I don't know what your childhood was like, but when I was a kid, if my uncle took us out in the woods, somebody's getting fucked. That's just how it was in the 80s and the 90s, early 90s. Whatever, dude. Get over it. If you didn't get molested in the 80s and 90s, what's wrong with you? I would be more concerned then. What do you got going on? It's the fucking Boy Scouts, man. Of course you're going to get molested. Luckily, like, I was the uglier out of my cousins, so I didn't get it as much. Okay, I got the fucking fucked up teeth, throwing up gang signs out there. I'm like, I was the runt. I was good. Until Christmas, that one year, my dad got me those new K-Feds, those white high tops, and man, my uncle, he liked those. He liked those a lot. So, that was a rough year, but it built character. I'm just saying, like, it was a generational thing. So I'm not saying like my son should get molested, but if I can traumatize him with some elves, I think that's worth it. To give him a personality. But what are you going to do? We had the hurricane came through last week. Bad storm. I'm like in central Alabama, so it got bad here. It knocked some trees down. People were out of power, but for the most part, that's it. Yeah, property damage is bad. But let me tell you this. My mom was so concerned about... Shut the fuck up, Peanut! My mom was so concerned because my little brother's a cop and he has to work night shift. And let me tell you what his night shift consists of. Okay? This is a small town, right? There's not a lot going on. He parks in a parking lot and watches Netflix until somebody has something wrong. Okay? Somebody's grandma's hyperventilating. He's got to go over there and be like, well, she's probably not going to make it. So that's all he really does. So my mom's on Facebook and she's like begging people, please pray for my baby. He's out there in this hurricane. I think he's not parked in a fucking forest. It's not like a tree's going to land on. He's in a parking lot, an open parking lot in a grocery store somewhere watching Vampire Diaries. Stop. Like, just delete the fucking stat. Worst case scenario, like the most he's going to have to deal with is this. He's going to be in the car. Shut up. I've seen him face down in a porta potty. He's in a fucking windstorm. He's going to be fine. I've seen him face down in my front yard in his own vomit. He's probably been face down in a fucking gay orgy somewhere. In a Starbucks, in the back room. Right there on Charleston Avenue, right outside Canton. Just spitballing here. But it's like, stop. Just stop. He's fine, okay? Worry about your power, Tracy. Jesus Christ. And then I get the worst news ever yesterday. And this is going to sound bad. This is going to sound really bad. But I'm going to tell you. I should probably save this for the end because you're going to stop watching. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to do it. I've known it. I've fucking known it. But girls are too nice. Girls are too nice to other girls. And they're all about girl power. We're going to make each other better. And all this shit. But my wife showed me a picture the other day of one of her friends who put too much makeup on, way too much. Sometimes my wife wears too much makeup. All the time. But this was like, she did the contouring thing. This girl did the contouring. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But it looked like Kimbo Slice came back from the dead and hit her with that two-piece. Her fucking cheeks were like black or blue. And it made them look like she was like more defined, I guess. But it looked like she got her ass kicked. And she's like, look at this dumb bitch. And I'm like, that looks awful. You should tell her that. And she's like, fuck no, I can't tell her that. I said, why? Like, if my buddy has a shirt on that's too tight and his fucking titties are hanging down and his fucking love handle, I'm going to be like, hey, dude, you look like a fucking pear. Change your fucking shirt. Get a bigger shirt, you fat fuck. And it's because I care. It's because, hey, care about you. Don't want you looking like a piece of shit. Girls are just like, girl, you're so beautiful. All the girls are commenting on it. Girl, you're so beautiful. Oh, she's a goddess. Wish I was you. Shut the fuck up. She looks like she works for fucking Barnum and Bailey. Just doesn't make any fucking sense. So we're having this conversation and my daughter's in the back seat. She's like, you're just mean. And I was like, who are you talking to? She's like, you. She's like, you're mean to your friends and you're mean to mommy's friends. I'm like, no, I'm not mean. I'm just telling the fucking truth. I said, that's a good friend. Like, I'm not going to have you walking around like a piece of shit. Right? I was like, that's good. That's a good thing. Tell the truth, okay? Sorry. Don't sugarcoat it. And I was like, you know what? I was like, second of all, I was like, guys are different. We bust each other's balls. I was like, that's just part of, like, friendship. And then my wife's like, oh, good. Tell her that you bust your friend's balls. So now she's going to go to school 100% and say, my dad busts his friend's balls. And I don't give a shit. I don't care. Whatever. What's the repercussions of that? She did say that, this was this morning, she was like, we got tablet time at school. And I was like, that's cool. We never had that. And she said, yep, we get to watch YouTube for about 30 minutes. And I was like, that's cool. She said, I was trying to find your videos to show my class. She's in kindergarten. That's fucking terrifying. I was like, hey, let's never do that. Never. Because I think the last video I posted was the Adam and Eve unboxing. That's all they need to see. A bunch of children watching me unwrap sex toys, talking about fucking. Career Day is going to be amazing. I cannot wait for that. Oh, I tell dick jokes. Jokes about weenies and buttholes. I will murder that room. They will die. I don't know, man. We were at Starbucks yesterday. My wife's order is so complex. Makes no sense to me. Like, I don't even know what she's saying. But I'm like, fine. So she's yelling her order out to the little speaker. And my daughter in the back seat, she's like, do you speak Spanish? And I fucking lost it. And I was like, basically. Because I don't even know what the fuck any of that means. We were in the mountains and I went out and ordered her some coffee trying to be nice. She scribbled it on a piece of paper. I was like, okay. So I'm at the thing, I'm ordering it, and I'm like, let me get a fucking... And I'm like hoping that this translated well to the lady behind the counter. And she was like, okay. So I crumble up the paper. I'm like, I fucking did it. Toss it in the trash. I sit down. I'm waiting on the order. And they were like, and I'm just sitting there. I'm chilling. Because I realized I didn't give them a name. So they're calling out the order. And they're like, 2 shots of espresso? I was like, I don't know. Oh, they're looking at me. This chick's like looking at me, holding this cup. And she's like, sir, did you have the... And I was like, hey, I don't fucking know. I don't know. But I'll take it, and we'll hope it's right together. So I got the shit, and I took it, and she drank it. I don't know what the fuck it was. So stop. Basically, stop, Starbucks. Stay in your fucking lane, okay? Like, Stop trying to get fancy. Like your barista has a Coke addiction, okay? I know one of the guys that works at the Starbucks. I mean, his fucking house just got foreclosed because he's selling fucking drugs. Stop with the shit. Just make it simple. Make it fucking simple, you fucking communist. My grandpa, I think he like legit almost... I think he's wrote us off. I think he has wrote us off because he is like strict about who he supports, who he gives his money to. And he says Starbucks are a bunch of fucking communists and you better not give them a dime. And Kayla has a Starbucks addiction and she's very vocal about it. And he's not. He's like, hey, you need to get rid of that fucking bitch. Not the one that's trying to fuck her. My other one. So, like, what do you do? Still trying to decide. I'm still trying to decide what the fuck I'm going to do. But, I don't know, man. I'm going to try to make another video for you guys this week. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, I got a lot of crazy ideas. And that's the thing, man. Like, I got a lot of crazy ideas, but like some of them I'm pretty sure would put me in a fucking penitentiary if I just shared them. But I might do it anyways. Fuck it, right? Like, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you the story. I'm going to tell you this story, and the 7 people watching are going to be like, well, I'm out. I'm out. And I get it, okay? I'm the same way, but it was told to me, and I have to tell it to you. So my mom calls me yesterday, and my Nana, it's no surprise, everybody knows, is in a wheelchair. Completely irrelevant to this story, but I just like saying it. She's been in a hover round for like 9 years because she had a severe brainstem stroke. Now, some days are really good, some days are really bad. Some days she knows who she is, some days she knows who she is, but she don't give a fuck about who you think she is. There's no filter, okay? You don't know if you're going to get the filtered or the non-filtered. I personally prefer the non-filtered. I think it's hilarious. Everybody else in my family does not. This is the only complaint I've ever had about the non-filtered side. So she calls my mom yesterday. She's had her identity stolen so many times that the bank will not give her another debit card. They're like, stop giving out people your information. But she will not. She's like, no, people deserve to know my information. So they won't give her another card. So the only way she can access her money is by going to the bank. But she can't drive a car. So this is good in a sense that now my cousins can't keep stealing all our fucking money. And my aunt, whatever. But it's bad for her because she likes to tape her cards to the wall beside her recliner. She tapes her cards to the wall beside her in case she misses something on a commercial. Or if she's scrolling Facebook on her phone or laptop and she sees one of these bullshit ads about this thing you stick on your water hose and it sprays grass seed and grass grows there in 2 seconds. She buys it. So she's mad she don't have a card. She's been begging my grandpa for his cards. And he won't give them to her. And my mom was like, well, probably a good idea. Your shit keeps getting stolen. My Nana was like, I don't know why he's like that. He just racks them up to their max and then pays them off. And mom's like, well, if he's paying them off, who gives a shit? And she's like, what's he racking them up to max for? Shouldn't have asked. Shouldn't have asked that. It's none of your business. But whatever. Mom asked. And this is what you get. This is what you fucking get when you start asking shit that you ain't got no business asking. Because some people are going to fucking tell you. And I'm that person. And my Nana is too. So my mom's like, what's he putting on the credit cards? And my Nana was like, male enhancement pills. And she's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, he got a bunch of male enhancement pills. Different brands, by the way. He's trying different ones. Wonder if he used my Blue Chew code? I don't know. Probably. Which is really weird. So this gets worse. So mom was like, oh, okay. Was going to end the conversation there, but my Nana was like, he thought they would make things better, but they're not. She said, last time we tried something, I couldn't keep my legs open. Yeah. Because you had a stroke, Nana. Why are you trying to have sex, Nana? Don't want to hear about it. But whatever. She said, so he had to hold my legs open. And I was like, so I'm on the phone with my mom, like, shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up. I don't cuss. I don't even ever cuss around my mom, really. And I'm like, telling my mom, like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. About to hang up on her. And then she's like, and then I'm on that blood thinner, so when he finished down there, he almost threw up because it was just so bloody. It was a bloody mess. So I was like, ew. Ew. Pussy probably looks like a scab now. Don't want to hear it. Ew. Look, the last thing you ever want to hear is about old people fucking. This is the trifecta. Because it's your grandparents. You damn sure don't want to think about your grandparents fucking. Don't want to hear that it was bloody. Ever. And then sometimes things happen in life and it like throws a line out. Fucking snatches a memory from your childhood. And I remember when I was like a teenager. And I don't know, I was probably like 16, maybe. And I was making a joke about a girl on her period. And my papa was like, it's okay to tread in muddy water, just don't drink from it. And that's all I'm thinking about. Damn. What the fuck? So, I was thinking maybe this was a long time ago. Because they're in their 80s. Right? No. This was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So, that's been in my fucking nightmares. What are you going to do though? Yeah. So yeah, I waited to the end to tell you guys that. Because nobody wants to hear that. I called my little brother and he didn't answer. I was going to tell him. Because that's the kind of news you get and you're like, got to get this out of my brain. And if you tell somebody, it just kind of dissolves it a little bit. So I tried to call him, he wouldn't answer. So I text him. I forget he's on night shift. So I text him this morning. He's asleep. I was like, did you hear about Nana and Papa? He didn't text back. So I was like, it's bad. But this is the problem with text. You don't know the context. I'm saying like it's bad, like it's fucking nasty. And then I was like, so much blood. In all caps. So Dalton, who's probably only been asleep for a few hours, wakes up and he sees these texts and he thinks they've been in a fucking car accident or something. So he calls me freaking out. And I'm like, no, man. Nana's on blood thinner. You know that, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, Papa fucked her so hard that she was pouring blood like a stuck pig from her crotch. So now he's probably not going to talk to me for a while. But what are you going to do? You know what I love? This is one of my favorite things ever. It's when somebody you haven't seen since pretty much high school, you've never had a full conversation with even in high school, and they see you out somewhere and they're like, you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to give you one of my hats for my leather business that's very successful, and you should wear it in one of your videos. And I was like, oh, you're going to do that for me? Hey, shove that up your ass. Hey, man, shove that whole hat up your ass. Shove the whole bill up your ass until you're shitting pancakes because the bill is so flat. Shove it up your ass. If that's you, if you're that person, fuck off. Fuck all the way off. Don't try to fuck off. Okay? Now, that's a good stopping point. Real quick though, I'm gonna plug some shit to the two people still listening. If you fuck with me heavy, join my Patreon, man. That really helps me out. I love the guys and the girls. I love the people that are on my Patreon. Wow, that was super gay. But you know what? Fuck it, man. You're paying. Hey, whatever, dude. I came out of the closet on Halloween. 14,000. 14,000 is not enough to go full gay, but I would blow on some wiener. I like it. I'd blow on it. I might pat it around. That was excessive. I'm sorry about that. Hey, man. Love you guys so much. Whether you're on Patreon or not, whether you watch this whole thing or not, I don't give a fuck. You're still the shit. Come to Tampa. let's get weird.